Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to another movie review. And time to review another Disney classic, and of one of the old Disney classics and a favorite. Now, after seeing the new trailer for Dumbo, directed by Tim Burton, now I decided maybe we decided to rewatch and now to review the original classic Dumbo from 1941. Definitely one of the most classic ones of its time. Definitely ones up there with Pinocchio, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, all the ones from back in the old days of Disney. What more can be said about Dumbo, the elephant who could fly? Critically acclaimed film, 7.3 on IMDb. I would give it a much higher rating though. I give it a high 8 in the 80s, 8 point whatever. But has a 97% Rotten Tomatoes. Deserves that. So what more can be said about Dumbo? Especially the songs in the film, classic. The opening, like the stork, all the storks bringing the baby animals to the parents. And you see Mrs. Jumbo, she's waiting for her baby to arrive, but hasn't came yet. So she's thinking she's not going to get it. But as the circus training goes on, once the one stork brings it, you get little funny moments with when the stork is looking on the map where the train is going, and they're sitting on a cloud, and the baby is like falling through the cloud, and he has to reach down and get it. So you get little funny moments of that. And he looks on the map and sees the train leaving, traveling across Florida. He meets up with Mrs. Jumbo, singing a little melody, to you, and he gets hooked on by a hook. And reveals of Baby Jumbo, which of course they called the other elephants. Call him Dumbo, because when he sneezes, his big floppy ears reveals his classic big floppy ears. And the other elephants are, oh, Cass, look at those ears. And Mrs. Jumbo slaps one, because, they're making fun of her for her baby. And of course, it makes you want to, when you watch it, it makes you want to hate those elephants for teasing poor Dumbo. Which as I'm still watching, it's like, you might make me want to hate those elephants for making fun of poor Dumbo. Because one of them says, later, supposedly, I'm going to hang with that F-R-E-A-K freak. I don't want to eat the same bale of hay with him. Yeah. You mostly feel most sorry for Dumbo. Poor little Dumbo. And then when the circus comes, they finally make it to the next town. They sing a montage of them putting up the circus tent, all the animals help in, and by the time the next day, Mrs. Jumbo, bathing, poor cute little Dumbo, little baby mother bonding, And then when some kids come in to look at the animals, of course, one little bratty kid, redhead, basically the little punk, just, oh, look at the elephant, look at the ears, just pulling on the ears, and of course Mr. Jumbo gets upset, and of course leads all the workers to restrain her, and I still got a little creepy vibe because, Mrs. Jumbo has blue eyes, and all of a sudden it turns very creepy, red devil eyes because she's going crazy, just trying to protect her infant. I was like, oh damn, also just going crazy red eye, as they're all trying to restrain her. But it's also a sad moment because now Dumbo's been taken away from her, and now she's been in solitary confinement in this cage, restrained in chains and shackles. On the outside it says danger, mad elephant. And now And then you then those other you could say bitchy elephants. Once again teasing Dumbo, one of them calling him spelling out freak, and Dumbo's alone by her. He walks towards them, and all the elephants like, oh, pretend we don't see him. They huddle together, ignoring him. Feel sorry for poor little Dumbo. Basically laughing at him. As I said, it makes you want to hate those elephants. But of course they get a little good payback, because we get introduced to Timothy Mouse. He's eating some peanuts. And he's like, hey, because he thinks that Dumbo's ears are goofy. He thinks he likes them. You're like, I don't see nothing wrong with them. I think they're cute. And he sees him poor little Dumbo walking away, and and then Timothy, he's like, oh, I'll do something about this. He goes up to him, scares the elephants, because the elephants are scared of mice. He's like, oh, you want me to pick on little guys, huh? So why'd you pick on me? What a proud race. And he thinks he's leaving, which the elephants think are done. It turns and does like this, it's like a Napoleon, like a Napoleon Bonaparte look. He has makes his hat look like one of those Napoleon wears. Like this, boo. I don't know, that was funny. He turns up and does a boo. Still afraid of a mouse. He wants Dumbo to come out of the hay. He's hiding in there, but he lures him with a peanut and tries to get him, but he eats it. And he's like, okay, so long, Dumbo. But he comes out. Then he overhears he overhears Timothy overhears the circus, the owner of the circus. He has like a new act, calls the climax. The elephants get on a pyramid and has something on top called the climax. But he doesn't figure out the rest of it, so he'll come to him in a dream. And so Timothy goes up to him and makes it pretend this is your subconscious speaking. Tells him about Dumbo. So it gives him the idea to use the Dumbo in the act. So the act comes up. All the elephants get into a pyramid. Dumbo, he runs towards it, but he trips over his ears. Causes a big catastrophe. All the elephants, they start flying all over the place, and the whole tent comes down. And all the adult elephants, they're injured. And one of them tells him that Dumbo's got a new act, a clown act. And now they say to make a solemn oath. From now on, he is no longer an elephant. Once again, it makes you want to hate the elephants. He is no longer an elephant. So now he gets in the clown act, and just you saw in this new trailer for Dumbo, he's wearing the clown makeup and doing a clown act. So here he's in a clown act, jumping off from a firing. He's wearing it in the trailer. He's wearing a little fireman outfit and a clown makeup. Here it's a clown dressed as fireman, help him jump from a flaming building. Right, he jumps down. The trampoline falls into this bucket of white stuff. Probably say pie, whipped cream or whatever. So and the clowns run to their tent to celebrate, drinking champagne. And while Timothy's trying to encourage him, hey, you're a success, though, which at the same time he's being made a joke. He thinks he's a success and being an axle, but at the same time, he's being treated as a joke at the same time. But as a silver lining, he made an appointment to meet with his mother, Mrs. Jumbo. So he finds her in the cage, and in the original, you see in the trailer for this, for Tim Burton's Dumbo, you see the mother in the cage, cradling Dumbo. Same here, cradle. But this time he holds him, swinging as other animals are going to sleep as well. You get a little an emotional sympathy moment because mother being in the cage, and her trunk is outside, cradling poor Dumbo, and say goodbye to as well. So you feel, sometimes it's in a good emotional moment, and sometimes you feel sorry for poor Dumbo to say goodbye to his mother, and she's waving bye bye. And so Timothy sees him, he's crying, he's getting hiccups too, so he wants to go drink some water, but they don't know that the clowns, they knocked over the champagne into the bucket of water. Of course, we get the famous scene where they're drinking, which they didn't know was champagne. They both get drunk, and they see the pink elephants. They're seeing the pink elephants. Of course, in the Tim Burton's Dumbo, you don't. That's not what happens in the trailer. Michael Keaton is looking up, and you see the performers. They're using the making the bubbles of the pink elephants, though. So, little differences between that and the original animated film. So, then in the film they're making pink elephant bubbles to look like pink elephants, but here they get drunk and they see the pink elephants. But still, this is a very famous scene because people are saying, "Oh, I'm seeing pink elephants." From this, so, and then by comes the next morning, the crows, the famous crows. I said the famous crows because they're iconic characters as well because they're singing that famous song. They see them, they're laughing because they see Timothy and Dumbo asleep in the tree, and they're saying, how did he get up in the tree in the first place? He wakes up the lead guy, I don't know the name, the guy's name is, but wakes him up and saying, you're in a tree, and they look down. They're in the tree, and they fall down into as the crows are looking to hear him go by each branch breaking. Splash. And once again, they're laughing, and they're trying to figure out how did they get up in the tree. Couldn't have climbed. Could not have whatever, and then they can sue the one of the crows say, "Hey, maybe you flew," and then Timothy, "Yes, that's it, Dumbo, you can fly. Look at them, those ears, they're like big wings." And then of course they get the famous song. One of my of the old Disney films. One of my favorite songs is the crow singing. Yeah, I've seen a horse fly. I've seen a dragonfly. Oh, I've seen a housefly. Yeah, I've seen all that too. I've seen a peanut stand, heard a rubber band. I've seen a wheel and winked its eye. But I be done saying I've ever seen when I see an elephant fly. When I see an elephant fly. I love that song. That's what from the old Disney films. That's one of my favorite of the songs. Definitely. Of course, you heard that song at the end of Operation Dumbo Job, which I reviewed, the Disney film with Ray Liotta and Danny Glover and Dennis Leary. In Vietnam, they try to transport one elephant from point A to point B. Of course, they say that in the film, they say, you seeing an elephant fly, like Dumbo, and even Ray Liotta says Dumbo, and then by the end of the film, you hear the crows singing that song. So yeah, but I love the song. That's such an iconic, memorable, and classic song from the old Disney films. And then they wondered how they can make him fly. Like he tells the lead crow tells Timothy Mouse, use psychology, make him. This is a magic feather. This is what will make him fly. And of course, you see in the trailer for the new Dumbo film, he's holding the magic black feather. So they shove him off a cliff, think it'll do it, and he is. He's flying. Dumbo, you're flying. So then by the time comes the next clown act, him jumping from the same routine, but from a much higher standpoint. So he jumps off, but he loses the magic feather. But Timothy quickly tells, "It wasn't magical. You can still fly. You can fly." And he does. He's flying all around the circus, and all the clowns are just running away. One's all bunch jumps in a barrel and getting on the little fire truck, and then even sucks up some peanuts and just starts shooting at those bitchy elephants, you could say, shooting at peanuts in them. I was like, yes, fine, yes, payback, for teasing him. Thank you. And then comes that Dumbo is all over the newspapers. He's a media sensation, like $1 million contract, and Timothy as signing as the manager. for being Hollywood and all that stuff. And by the end, Mrs. Jumbo, she's free from her cage. She's like on this private little, at the end of the back of the train. She's has her own little compartment, watching Dumbo fly in, and the crows are there as well. They wave goodbye to Dumbo, and once again, singing "Elephant Can Fly." So yeah, this is not a long review because what can be said about Dumbo other than me? It's a classic and especially Dumbo's such a memorable Disney character. I'm sure a lot of people have said that he's such a classic character. It's not much for me to go into because we all know the story of the elephant who can fly, and especially it's a very short film as well. It's one of the shortest of the Disney films. It's only 64 minutes, so by the time the film ends, it's only like about an hour and 4 minutes. So it's definitely a very short film. Not that long at all. It's one of the shortest, so it's definitely one of the fastest paced of the Disney films of the old days. So yeah, it's only an hour and 4 minutes, so it's definitely very fast paced. So yeah, one more can be said is that memorable characters. Dumbo is this, as the one of the most iconic of all time. I like Timothy. The guy who did the voice of Timothy. He does a good job when he did the voice name. Edward Brophy. I thought he did a good job as Timothy. But yeah, and I look forward to seeing Tim Burns' version. Well, I already know it's not gonna be as good. It's not gonna be as good as this because this is a timeless classic. But Tim Burton once again reunites with Michael Keaton and Danny DeVito since Batman Returns. I'm good. I'm cool. I'm good for that. Colin Farrell, he'll seem he'll be all right. I know. Excuse me. It's gonna be a lot of different changes. I know already from the trailer. There's already a lot of different changes from the original movie. Well, you still see him in the clown makeup with the magic black feather. Seeing that the scene with the pink elephants is changed slightly though, but still you see pink elephants. People laughing at him when he trips over his own ears. The mother being put away. You see that though, but changed differently though. You do see Timothy Mouse in the beginning of the trailer, the two children, which I'm sure they'll probably have more screen time than Dumbo himself, though, because Ethan Kruger, who wrote the Transformer films, humans more are the leads than the actual Transformers in their own movie, so I wouldn't be surprised that he goes with that. But when they bring in some caged mice, you see Timothy, because he's wearing the outfit he wears. But, yeah, this is one Disney adaptation I will look forward to. So, coming out March 29th. I look forward to seeing Tim Burns' version of Dumbo. Because I enjoyed Michael Keaton, and nice to see them he reunites with Danny DeVito. But yeah, I look forward to seeing that when it comes up. But Dumbo, it's 1941, because it came out during World War II. And definitely a couple months before the bombing of Pearl Harbor happened, But still, it still did well critically and back in the day profitable. But yeah, I love this film. It's definitely one of the most timeless classics of the old Disney films. Definitely, remember one of the most iconic Disney characters of all time. Like I said, what's this right here? New York Times, a film you will never forget. No one will ever, for a fact, no one will ever forget The Elephant Who Can Fly. Definitely, no one will never forget. Yeah, so that's my review of the memorable classic Disney masterpiece. I will call it a masterpiece. Screw it. It's one of the most classic ones of all time. I'm definitely calling this a masterpiece. It deserves it. The masterpiece of Dumbo. Always love this film. Thanks for watching. And also, like I said, I'll look forward to seeing Tim Burns' version when it comes out next year. But this film, 2 thumbs up, definitely. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned on the next movie review. Later.